If only that were true.
This is Steve from Boxing UK. Absolutely delighted to be joined once again by the former heavyweight champion of the world, Joseph Parker. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good.
It's we only spoke a few weeks ago, didn't we, before your last fight?
Yeah, we did.
Lots to talk about, so we'll crack on. First question: can you talk us through the Junior Far fight?
Yeah, it's one of those fights where we locked in for December, and then we both had he had health issues, which got him pulled out of the fight. So then I took that time to get elbow surgery on both arms, both elbows, and we both, were healthy for the fight. February 27, we both had time to recover and train hard. At the end of the day, I got the win, which was great, and it moves you on to bigger fights, but it wasn't the performance I wanted. And it wasn't a spectacular performance or a dominant performance that I was looking for. And I guess it just shows that I still have things to work on and things to improve on. And hopefully I can show it in the next fight, because maybe I went out too much looking for a knockout. And I guess when you go looking for it, it doesn't really come to you. So I think with the next fight, I'm just going to practice patience and just practice, enjoy myself, setting things up and just taking my time, but letting my hands go.
Yeah, one of the things that you told us last time, Joseph, that you're going to be more aggressive. Was it more Junior Far's style, or was it more just shaking off a little bit of ring rust?
We both haven't been in the ring for a long time, so there was a bit of ring rust from both guys. But in saying that, I guess I try to put on pressure, and with Junior Far and his team, they came up with a good game plan. He was deflecting a lot of the attacks that I was putting in place. So I guess they came up with a good game plan, and I just needed to adjust and change a few things, which I wasn't able to. So again, great to get the win, but a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to improve on, and I guess hopefully we can show that in the next fight.
Absolutely. One thing I wanted to ask you, what was it like fighting in front of a crowd? Because not many boxers can say that at the moment.
Oh, it was awesome. Like, there's nothing like fighting in front of a crowd. I know every other fighter knows the feeling when the crowd is cheering and chanting and shouting for, supporting, showing their support. So it was a great feeling fighting in front of a crowd, but also fighting in front of our crowd back in New Zealand. And I haven't experienced fighting in front of no crowd yet. So if that does arise in the near future, it'll be a lot different. But I did enjoy fighting in front of our crowd in New Zealand.
So we've got a fight we would expect in front of no crowd. But before that, no sooner did the Junior Far fight finished, Joseph, and then the news started breaking that you'd left Kevin Barry. Can you talk us through leaving Kevin Barry and joining up with Andy Lee? Because you're in Dublin now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in Dublin now. So that was probably one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make, leaving or just Kevin and I going our separate ways, because we've been together for a long time and we had a lot of success as a team. We became world champion. We traveled the world, had some great fights, and we worked very well together. And he's not just a trainer; he's like a father figure, and he's made a big impact in my life. So it was a very hard decision. But one thing is, we both decided to go our separate ways, and we were very supportive of each other, and he was very understanding, which made it easier to transition to another coach. And then after things finished with Kevin, I got on a phone call with Tyson Fury and asked him for advice on who I should train with and who he suggests should look after me for this next fight. And he suggested to me that Andy Lee would be the perfect guy to train with. So after 3 or 4 calls on Zoom, getting to know Andy, making a plan, I was on the plane 4 or 5 days later, and to come to Ireland to meet him and to start gelling and to start working together and see what we can do as a team. And ever since I've been here in Ireland and we started training, everything has gone well. I've enjoyed it so far. I'm very happy. And there's he's not changing a lot, but he's just working on correcting a few things and just tightening me up and just making sure that I'm well prepared for this fight coming up.
Obviously, you're a father of young children. Is it difficult for you, Joseph, to have come over Ireland and leave the family for a couple of months?
Very, very hard. As every parent experiences that, it's very hard to be away from family or from kids and your wife if you are away. And it's just because there's a big difference with being there in person and then seeing them on video call. You can't give them a big hug. You can't do things when you can't play with him. You know what I mean? So it's hard, but it's a sacrifice that our family was willing to make, because this is what I want to do, and this is how I this is the work I do for our family.
So Derek Chisora next, take two.
Take two. Yeah, the first fight lined up 2019. Unfortunately, we couldn't make that happen because of a sort of health issue that I had. But now we've locked the fight in again, and we're both very excited to get in the ring and punch each other and fight each other.
Only a boxer could say that.
Yeah.
Is there any bad blood between you, Joseph? Because I don't know if you saw Derek's Twitter initially, but he was calling you chicken. Then he said he's going to take it to the deep end. It's going to be war and pain. And then David Hay, who's obviously his manager, has said he's got a special knockout lined up for you. So is this all just
special
verbals,
knockout?
or?
Yeah, listen, you can say whatever you want to say before the fight, whether that's to hype it up or whether that's to give yourself confidence. I'm not sure what it is coming from Darren, but whatever happens, at least I know what I'm going to do. I know that I'm going to be well prepared, and I know how I'm going to handle it when I'm in the ring. I know they're going to say a lot. He's one of those fighters that's been around for a long time, very experienced, and you don't know what to expect from him. Whether it's going to be the calm guy, the crazy guy, the guy's going to come and scream at you, spit on his hand, shake your hand. You just don't know what to expect. So I'm open. I'm just open to whatever he's going to bring.
I know you've just said that depends which Derek Chisora turns up, but at the moment, Joseph, which Derek do you think is going to turn up? What can Derek expect from you, and what do you think you can expect from Derek come fight night?
Come fight night, what I can expect from him is he's going to put on constant pressure, chase me down, throw some big bombs, and try and get me out of there. He's still in a position where he's very respected as a fighter, even though he's had 9 or 10 losses. He's still, he gave a good fight to Usyk. He had a great fight with Dillian Whyte twice, 2 times, and the second time he got clipped with a good left hook, and he knocked out Price. So he's had some good fights as of late. So and we know that he's just a fighter who comes and gives it everything he has.
And are you still looking forward, or are you still planning to be more aggressive?
This is one of those fights where you have to be smart. You got to be aggressive at times, and you got to be smart at times, and move around. And I think it's just about it's not. I can say I want to do this and do that, but ultimately it's when I'm in the ring, then I'm going to adjust how I see according to what he brings. You
mentioned the Usyk fight. What did you take away from Derek against Aleksandr Usyk? Any clues?
Yeah, there's a few things there that myself and Andy, my coach, has picked up, and the goal is to exploit those on fight night.
If you get through this one, Joseph, I think the question that loads of people will ask you is Dillian Whyte rematch. We've spoken before. You were 1 minute away, arguably, from knocking Dillian out last time. 2 questions on that. Have you watched the fight back? And do you wish you had another minute? And would you like to put that wrong to right?
I want to put that wrong to right. I have watched the fight a few times. It's not really my favorite fight to watch. With the going back for being bullied, thrown around. It's just one of those fights where hopefully we can do it again, because I would love the opportunity to fight him. I respect him as a fighter and what he's done. He's got a big task in front of him this weekend. And I see him coming away with the win. And then, hopefully if I come away with the win with Derek Chisora May 1, then we can set something up.
Absolutely. If it wasn't Dillian, Joseph, can I chuck some names at you?
Yeah.
And I'm just playing fantasy boxing here. Would you like to go up with Usyk?
Yes, I would love to.
How would that one go? I know you're not going to say, I'd get beat, but...
Yeah, I back myself with any fighter, even whoever you name on there, whether it be... I've had a fight with Joshua, whether it's Joshua, Wilder, Fury, whether it be Usyk, Michael Hunter, anyone, Dillian Whyte, I back myself against anyone I jump in the ring with.
Andy Ruiz rematch?
I'll fight him again.
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz looks like he's. I've seen a few posts. He looks like he's getting in good shape and staying in shape, and it's great to see. He can be a force in the heavyweight division if he continues to keep up the good work.
Wider picture though, Joseph. If you get through Chisora, what's your ultimate ambition?
My ultimate ambition for boxing, or the time I have left in boxing, is to try and be two-time world champion, or if not unified champion. There's always those goals that you want to achieve, and I'm taking those steps to get there. Which is first I beat Junior Fa. Now I'm going to fight Chisora, hopefully beat him, and then just keep taking those steps to get there.
And you're good friends with Tyson Fury. So the obvious question is, if he fights Joshua and if he takes the belts, you might have to get in the ring with him, mightn't you?
We're great friends, and I would love to fight him because I think he's the best. And I always want to, you want to test yourself against the best out there. I don't think he'll fight me. He treats me like a brother. And so if he does fight Joshua, well, when he does fight Joshua and beat him, he can, let the belts go and others can fight for it.
Yeah. Do you think that's going to happen, Joseph, Fury and Joshua? Have you got any inside information off your mate? No
inside information. Like, I just don't know if it's. I mean, from what I'm only seeing what the media, put out there. So I'm the same as you. Not sure.
And you're going to back your mate, aren't you?
Back him 100%. Back Fury.
Yeah. May the 1st. I know there's going to be no crowds, but are you going to be glad to be back in the UK? Because the UK always warms to you when you come over, Joseph.
Listen, the UK, it doesn't feel like a strange place to me or something new, because I've been there before and we've been welcomed with open arms here, and we got some good support here, people that support us. So it's great to be back here in the UK. Obviously I'm here in Ireland, but it'll be great to be back in the UK fighting again very soon.
Lovely. And just the last one, what happens between now and May the 1st?
A lot of hard work is going to be done. There's still a lot of sparring to be done, a lot of pad work, bag work. There's a lot of leg exercises, upper body exercises, strength work. We're going to put in a lot of work to get a great result. And we are very excited, myself, Andy, and the Team Parker. We're very excited to be back here on this side of the world, to be fighting again very soon. And we're going to go out there and put on a great performance.
Lovely. Can't wait to see you again, Joseph.
Look forward to seeing you soon.
Lovely. Joseph Parker, thank you very much for your time. I'll
let
you get back to your pint of Guinness.
No, not for me.
Joseph, you're a star. Thank you very much for your time, mate.
Thank you, brother. Enjoy. Have a good night.
You too.
Speak soon. See you, brother.